Hi there! If you are seriously considering taking Muntlig NORSKPRØVE, then this video is absolutely worth watching for you. My name is Natalie and today I'm gonna go through some basic registration process aspects. I'm gonna share with you my personal experience, how I've got B2 nivå from the first time taking the exam. We're gonna go through some possible questions which you might get on the exam and of course important things which you have to pay attention to. Kompetanse Norge is the one who creates the exam, but it's Kommune who organizes it and decides how much it's gonna cost. I paid 600 Norwegian kroners for Muntlig NORSKPRØVE. Also, you have to know that it's just 4 times a year you can take norskprøver. It doesn't matter, or it's oral exam, or skriftlig, or lese- eller lytteprøve. So be aware of the dates, check out on official net site Kompetanse Norge. Also, you can use this prøvebevis, the results of the exam, while you're applying for citizenship, permanent residentship, for education, or for even getting a job. Now, let's get into Muntlig NORSKPRØVE på B1-B2 nivå. First, you have to know that exam lasts from 20 to 30 minutes approximately. In the room is going to be you, the other candidate, which is also taking the exam, examinator, the teacher of Norwegian language, which is going to ask you additional questions and the main questions, and the censor, which is not taking actively part in the exam process itself, but just controlling your answers. So what is the structure of Muntlig NORSKPRØVE på B1-B2 nivå? First of all, you're gonna have to present yourself, to talk about yourself. It's absolutely up to you what you're gonna talk about, your hobbies, your personal life if you would like to, your education, what you like to cook, whatever. They are not going to ask you any questions. This exercise is most likely created for warming up in a way. Even in the official site, Kompetanse Norge and examinators themselves say that it doesn't matter and doesn't influence your result of the exam. But still, I would recommend you to pay attention to what you say and how you're gonna talk. After the small presentation, you're gonna have to, first of all, uttrykke din mening, din personlig mening. And it will be like expressing your own opinion about a question or påstand which you're gonna get from examinator. Already here you can get 1 or 2 questions, additional questions, so be ready to answer on it. I highly recommend to check out my previous video where I'm going through the most typical and easy phrases which you can use on the exam, which gonna help you to express your opinion, such as jeg tror, jeg syns, jeg mener, etter min mening, etc. Check it out and be aware of phrases which you can use. The second part of the exam is samtale, to have a dialogue with another candidate. In my case, I didn't have another candidate because he or she didn't show up because of some reason, so I was talking with examinator, which we agreed before. So you get a question or a påstand and then you have to make a kind of dialogue, which is very important that you are active, that you're asking questions, the same as you answer on them, and you avoid this awkward silence, so you like keep on talking all the time. When you are applying for Muntlig NORSKPRØVE, you're gonna apply or for A1-A2 nivå or for B1-B2 nivå. And if you apply for B1-B2 nivå, the third part of the exam is exactly decisional part, where censor and examinator gonna see to which nivå you're gonna belong, B1 eller B2 nivå. So the third part is where you have to use arguments, express your own opinion by using arguments. What does it mean? You use word because, first of all. So you can use for, fordi, siden, derfor, ettersom. It's very important to say out this word so censor can hear it. Also here you can use kind of hypotetiske setninger. For example, hvis jeg hadde vært rik, hadde jeg kjøpt, etc. So use kind of hypothetical sentences. I've done a little research and I want to tell you that doesn't matter on what exam you are going, A1, A2, B1-B2 nivå, you can make mistakes. My Norwegian is really far away from perfect, but if you prepare well, then it's a big chance that you're gonna get a high nivå. I'm gonna name you a couple of common mistakes which candidates make on the exam in order that you're gonna avoid them. If you are taking exam in Norwegian language, doesn't matter which level, you have to know that verb in Norwegian language takes the second place. Despite of that knowledge, a lot of candidates make typical mistake. They put verb in the wrong place. For example, jeg liker sport, verb on the second place. Jeg går på kino, verb on the second place. But in the sentence, I dag det varmt, you have to use also verb on the second place. Many people say etter min mening det var bra. You have to say are before substantive. Etter min mening det bra. The second very common mistake which candidates often make is plassering of word ikke. If you use, for example, conjunction for de, ikke should stay after substantive. For example, han vil ikke gå ut fordi det ikke fint vær. So, ikke is going after substantive, det. After my small research, it showed up that a lot of people using wrong verb after modal verbs. What are modal verbs? Kan, skal, vil, bør, må. So a lot of people using present form instead of infinitive. For example, jeg kan lager dette instead of lage or lage infinitive. Or det kan blir bra instead of det kan bli bra. So take care of infinitive form after modal verbs. Now I would really love to share with you my personal experience of taking exam. First of all, I had a really small presentation, like I was talking about myself, didn't say like nothing personally at all. I've got a couple of questions because of my job. It went very smooth. And then I got first question. It sounded like kan eldre og unge lære fra hverandre? It's like can young and old people learn something from each other? I said yes, and I was answering a couple of minutes, and then I was stopped by examinator. I've got 1 or 2 questions. This question you have to answer right away without any preparation. On the second part of the exam, I've got the question, bør staten betale for alle helsetjenester? It's like, should state pay for all the health services? Because in Norway, like state doesn't pay for physiotherapist or tannlege, dentist. So here I had the dialogue with examinator because the other candidate didn't show up. We've talked approximately 2-3 minutes. I've got a couple of questions and I've got already here a question from a censor. It went very smooth and friendly, like freely conversation. The last part of the exam gave me and will give you a little bit of advantage because you're gonna have a pen and a piece of paper. So here you got the påstand or a question, and then you're gonna have like maybe 1 minute, maybe less, to write the sticky ord, like the words which gonna help you to make your speech better and easier. And this last question sounded like if everyone have to use smartphones now. I was also answering after 1 minute. I had the time to write approximately 10 words, but it helped me a little bit. And then I was talking like 2-3 minutes. Then I got interrupted by examinator and the censor. I've got 2-3 questions additionally. Also, it went very smooth. Questions are easy, and then if you speak a little bit of Norwegian, then you're for sure gonna answer. I want to repeat that I'm absolutely not an expert in exams, and my Norwegian is absolutely not perfect, but because I was prepared very well and I was using some tips which I'm gonna share with you, it helped me to get B2 nivå. So first of all, I advise you to use this hypotetiske setninger, which sound like hvis jeg hadde vært, hadde jeg. Also, I highly recommend to use idioms, uttrykk, but only if you are 100% aware of the meaning and you know how to use it in the correct way. For example, foreldrene gjør barna en bjørnetjeneste om de gjør leksene for dem. It's like bjørntjeneste, it's already uttrykk, å gjøre en bjørntjeneste. You can find out a couple, learn them, and just put them in your speech if it suits. One more thing which is going to help you like 100% is preparation for potential questions. Think on questions which you might get and think of your answer. What you would say, what you would answer, what kind of additional questions you might get. And what kind of questions you can get, like, det lurt å spare penger? Det viktig å holde seg I form? Hva slags mat liker du å lage? Also, Muntlig NORSKPRØVE is very free exam, and the examinator and censor, they are friendly and they're gonna do everything to make you relax, to make you talk, to feel comfortable. Even if examinator and censor have prepared questions, there are just 3 prepared questions and maybe some additional. It's a very free exam. It's hard to prepare for something what you don't know what you're gonna get. So the most important things what might help you is some reading, listening to podcasts, following Norwegian news. You're gonna get everything, almost everything there, what you might use on the exam. The result of the exam you're gonna get from 4 to 6 weeks approximately. I've got my from Muntlig NORSKPRØVE after 4 weeks. I was checking the result on nettside Kompetanse Norge. Even if I try to give general information about Muntlig NORSKPRØVE, the main message of this video is to not be afraid. Challenge yourself, prepare a little bit and try to get it done. Thank you so much for watching my video. I wait for your comments how it went with the Muntlig NORSKPRØVE. And we snakkes! See you next time! Ha det!